Hello everyone and welcome back to Fallout Wasteland Warfare, the settlement mode, where my band of survivors are being subjected to horrors. There wasn't even a close vote at all. It was an easy victory for the quest that we're doing today, the Young Deathclaw, that we'll talk about in a second. Thanks for that, incidentally, after a mission where they were supposed to get a bunch of good gear and got nothing but a stim pack and a comfort grip. Definitely set up in time for a mission like this. Sarcasm is fun. So, we will do the settlement mode as normal, then we'll go over the mission parameters and then the special quest rules that we have before us on this table layout. There's a few different ways this could go, depending on how it plays out. But we do have the settlement mode, and I have been told that apparently unique weapons, like I went and double checked, and unique weapons do not take up space in your settlement storage, and I presume, I don't know, but I presume anything that has this icon means it's unique. So I believe these guns aren't actually taking up storage space. I got told that one of them doesn't, but they both have that icon, and if we just take a look at like a normal gun, they don't have that icon, so presumably that's what sets a unique item apart. Plus I know there's a bunch of combat shotguns in the item pool. So presumably these actually aren't taking up storage space. I don't see anything that stops me equipping weapon mods either. You can buy a weapon workbench to draw more, as long as you're able to attach them. So we're going to say that the hunter's hunting rifle has the comfort grip installed. So we actually only really have one thing that's taking up storage. We can still only take one into battle though, and due to the nature of this quest, we will be taking the hunter's hunting rifle because it does extra damage to beasts with the comfort grip, which only gives it +2 at short range only, which isn't ideal for a hunter rifle, but whatever. So that's what we're taking. This is what we're leaving stored in New Hope. And we do have 210 caps to play with. Technically more if we'd sold the leftovers from last time, but I have no idea how to ascertain the value of things. So I haven't done that. And due to the strange nature of this quest that you voted for that the settlement has to do, I need 100 caps. As in we're spending 100 on the quest. So that we actually only have 110 spare, and I've decided ahead of time that with that 110, I'm going to spend 100 of it on a ranger outpost, which means that once per settlement section, we can draw and resolve an explore card without having to pay the 50 caps for the listening post that you get for free. So we're going to have a ranger's outpost for next time. That means from this point onwards, we'll at least have to do an explore card for free each settlement section, just for fun, and hopefully get some benefits from that going forward as well. So left in the bank, we have 10 caps. And with that, before we go over the team overview, I'll give you the quest overview. Quest 5, the Young Deathclaw. There is no caps for a win or a loss for this quest due to the nature of it. Quest overview. Young Deathclaws are pretty dangerous, but if you let them get big and strong, they're even more dangerous. That's the threat a stranger comes to your settlement with. They demand 100 caps up front, and in return will tell you the location of a young Deathclaw they've spotted nearby your settlement. There could be vicious consequences in the future if you ignore this potential threat, assuming the stranger is even telling the truth. So with the potential threat of a young Deathclaw nearby the settlement, the settlers of New Hope have no choice but to at least act on the stranger's advice. They pay him his 100 caps and he takes them to this ruined city to look for the young Deathclaw he claims exists. So our usual setup, we have Dogmeat Scout with his dog bite, the Sole Survivor Loner, 10mm pistol, hunting rifle, machete. We have our Free Tech with a shotgun, combat shotgun. We have our Scavenger with a bolt action pipe pistol and a pipe wrench. Our Mr. Handy Pennyworth with the default loadout of the flamer and the buzzsaw. And then our Settler, who has a pipe wrench, and she is bringing into battle the upgraded hunter's rifle with comfort grip, because she's proven herself in previous episodes that she is a good shot. Hopefully that will continue today, and she's going to be our ace in the hole once we take a look at deployment. And they will be deploying on this table edge over here, yellow in, but we'll cover the specifics of how the mission's going to work in a moment. They're being joined by a guest, the stranger who took their 100 caps. He goes by the name Frank. He has given them no other information besides that, no last name. He is simply Frank. He is equipped with a double-barreled shotgun, which is pretty deadly in its own right, and he swears he saw a young Deathclaw. So he is leading them to where he saw it. At the start of each of his activations, we are going to roll a skill die, and if a critical fail is rolled, something is going to happen, but I'm not going to tell you what. So we are set up and good to go, so I can start explaining the other general rules of the win and loss conditions for this mission, although there is no caps to be earned one way or the other. First of all, most of the team, they're just yellow in, so Soul Survivor and Dogmeat, and then the rest are here. There is one exception. Outside of yellow, the Settler is perched up here. She has some special rules, because we're not walking into combat with a potential Deathclaw without a plan. She's perched up here. The maximum range of the Hunter's hunting rifle is blue plus black. That gives her roughly to here-ish in terms of threat range. She is our ace in the hole. She is the sniper. We're going to try and lure out the Deathclaw, bring it back into range for her to do some safe extra damage from up there. So she really needs to land her shots. The way the mission works, there is 4 Explorer symbols. 1, 2, 1 all the way at the back there, and 4 there. So she can sort of reach that one as is. She can just about reach that one. The other 2 are out of range. Usually, if you have line of sight on one of those, you flip them. That's not the way it's going to work. You have to get within your presence radius, because that is going to replicate them being very thorough in their search for the Deathclaw. So they have to get within their aura range of a symbol. We don't flip it, it just goes away. We're going to roll a d12. 1 to 3 is one result, 4 to 6 is another result, 7 to 9, 10 to 12. So there's 4 potential results, but because they're being very thorough, it's going to take them a long time. And the wastes get deadly at night, so they only have time to search 3 of the 4 icons. Once 3 of them are done, they can't search the 4th. If they haven't found the Deathclaw by then, that either means there wasn't one, or that Frank was lying. So they have time to check 3, and there's 4 potential results for each one they search. They can search multiple, doesn't matter, because there's one there that the Soul Survivor can probably get super quick. The rest will have to run up. And again, the plan, assuming they find a Deathclaw, and that Frank isn't a liar, pull it back a little bit and let the Settler up here do her job. And if she manages to bag a Deathclaw, that's probably worthy of talking about what we're going to do when someone does something heroic. But either way, the other loss condition is if at the end of turn 6 either the objective hasn't been met, as in search 3 of the 4 symbols, or if we did find the Deathclaw and it's not dead, it will flee. So we have that long. We'll do event cards as well, and as said, at the top of each of Frank's activations we're going to roll a die as well, just to see if something happens. But with that, I think we're ready to jump in. Let's see if we can find a Deathclaw. So to get Battle Round 1 started, I am activating the Settlers because there is no known enemies on the map yet, so they don't get to go first. So I went with the Soul Survivor, and he has the longest presence radius out of my team. His is black, so that's massive, like 12 inches, or whatever long, 10 inches? I keep forgetting how long this is. Either way, it's long. So after one yellow move, he is within presence radius, comfortably, to identify what this is. He still has another action left, but I'm doing this on camera. So we're going to roll this, and see what category it becomes. It is a 3, which means, oops, it is 2 ghouls. Normal ghouls, not the weak ones. Alright, so the Soul Survivor was thoroughly checking this container, I guess, and the feral ghouls just, like in the video game, they just crawl out of the woodwork and come swarming around the corner, and one of them will be getting an activation after this. So he still has an action though, so he's going to take his hunting rifle at short range, so that's double yellow, and he's going to pump a shot into the closest feral ghoul, who has 4 HP, so he's probably not going to kill him, but hey, we can try. 5 or less. Oh yeah, he isn't getting his bonus. Oh dear, he missed. That's a 9 down to an 8. He isn't getting his Soul Survivor Lone Wanderer perk bonus because the Settler is actually within his aura radius, so it doesn't apply, sadly. So the closer of the 2 feral ghouls activated, it did a move action followed by a charge, because one single charge was not enough, but the second charge does indeed get him into base to base with the Soul Survivor. So he's got his charge bonus for next turn. Hopefully Dogmeat will make it so that doesn't happen, but I guess we'll see. So I'm actually going to activate the Settler next, because I don't think we're going to uncover any of the other icons yet this turn. And feral ghouls count as, I keep saying beasts, I mean the creature faction, which is what she gets a bonus die against. So she's going to take 2 shots. Now, I'm not sure if she wants to do both into the one that's in close combat. She's going to do the first one into there and see how we go, because she could hit the Soul Survivor. At that range, it's just outside of her minimum range, so it goes to long range, which is skill die plus 2 green. But she's attacking a beast, a creature, I mean. So presumably you still get the bonus, even though there's a chance it's going to hit the Soul Survivor. And she's hitting into combat, so that's a plus 2 chance to hit, which puts her at 8 or less on this shot. Normally she's 6. Easily hits for no extra damage, but then we need to see who she hits. 1 or 3 is the feral ghoul. She did indeed hit the feral ghoul for 2 damage, and they have 1 armor. They block none of it, and they have 4 HP. So that ghoul has 2 HP left. Dogmeat can probably handle that. So her other shot will go into this ghoul, which means she doesn't get the bonus for it being occupied in combat, so it's just a straight roll of 6. She got it easily for 3 damage in total. He's got 1 armor. It came out of the box, but I'll count it. And he failed. She's doing well already. So 2 damage and 3 damage. Well done. So the other feral ghoul gets to activate, and it's a snap activation, same as the first one. A move followed by a charge into Soul Survivor, which is not going to be much of a threat to him and Dogmeat, I feel, especially with how good the sniper just wounded both of them. But it is going to slow them down, and there is that time limit as well. So it's back to just my activations unless we discover more enemies. So Dogmeat charged in for his first action and is going to bite the severely wounded ghoul with 1 health left, throwing in a green die for his charge bonus. Simple enough, he just needs to get 6 or less. And that's a success with a crit. He doesn't generate crits though, does he? He does not. Okay, so minus a bunch. The bottle cap and star. The star gives him a quick action, and the bottle cap removes Overwatch. Fair enough. Does he block any of the damage? Actually, I just realised it doesn't matter because he only has 1 health left, so even if he did block 1, that ghoul is down. And he'll use the quick action, because he can do quick actions as a charge. Yep. He'll charge in. There. Can't do anything with it, but he'll take a black die for his next turn. There we go. So we come to the other side of the table now, and the band of my survivors / settlers are here. And we're going to activate Frank, and I want him to move, and then I think he has a blue perception range or presence range. I think he can get within that to search that icon, but first we have to roll a die real quick to see if we get a critical fail. Are you kidding me? Oh no. Okay, well, we got a critical fail. So what happens when there's a critical fail is, everyone looks around for Frank. Frank bailed. He is gone. Well, with Frank having just vanished... Cameo from my dog? Hello, Zara. Hello. Did you see where Frank went? Nah, she wasn't paying enough attention. So either because he's a coward or because of some other machinations, Frank is gone. So of the 3 activations I have left, I activated the scavenger first, and he moved forward yellow twice. Now unfortunately his presence radiance is only green, so he can't reach to see and thoroughly search, I guess, the rocks and the barrels over there. And the presence radius of Pennywise and the free tech is only red, so they're just going to double move. I'll show you where they end up. But yeah, that will take us to the end of battle round 1 after they do that. Oh, I actually won't show you where both of them ended up, because although they only have presence radiance red, they move red, which actually gives Pennyworth enough distance. He moved there, he is just within red of that icon to search it. And that still means we have a turn with the free tech, although maybe should have done it the other way around because Pennyworth has better range. But either way, where is the D12? Because we need to roll to see what this is. The D12 is over here. I'll just roll it down the street then. Let's see what we get. Oh no. Okay, we got a 12. A 10, 11 or a 12? It is a Young Deathclaw. So with a terrifying roar, the evil has appeared, and it wasn't just for fluff reasons I've been referring to it as a Young Deathclaw. Young Deathclaw is a category of enemy in the game, if you aren't aware. It's weaker than normal Deathclaw, it has slightly less HP, 8 instead of 12, I think, and doesn't have super armor, but still does have quite a lot of armor. He's got 8 health, he hits pretty hard. If he ever does an action that doesn't equal an attack, when there's an enemy in line of sight, he starts priming his Deathclaw Crush. Other than that, he has his Deathclaw Swipe, which can stun and send or hit enemies with an orange. So he's pretty scary, and also he's about to get a turn. And I can tell you for sure he is just immediately charging into Pennyworth and will be attacking him with his Deathclaw Swipe. So let me get the dice for that and we're back in a second. So Mr. Deathclaw has Young Deathclaw has a charge radius of green, so much more than required to get into base to base with a charge action, and he will be attacking. However, I misread the card. He gets primes towards his Deathclaw Crush for any action he does while within range or line of sight of an enemy. So charging, that primes 1, and the attack he's about to do primes 2, so I'm just going to use crit icons, and that means in his next turn he will definitely be doing a Deathclaw Crush. So, he gets a charge bonus, he's putting in a black die for that. Oh, actually, he is strength 10 or something, strength 9, so he's throwing in an extra one for that as well. Now, his base chance to hit isn't great, it's 4 or less, so that's the one saving grace here. 4s. He got an 8 with an armor break. Thankfully, he didn't get through Pennyworth's armor. And our free tech, the final activation, he just moved up red once and then took a prepare action because he doesn't want to get too close. He only has red range on his shotgun as well, so he can't quite reach the Deathclaw to target it. So that does take us to the end of Battle Round 1. So we'll just draw the event card now that's going to apply to Battle Round 2. So we'll just split the deck randomly, take this card, and see what we've got. It's a nothing card, it's the Vertibirds overhead, so there's nothing in play for Battle Round 2, which is this as well, because we've got to focus on killing that Deathclaw. So for Battle Round 2, there was a 50-50 chance that the Deathclaw would be the first one to activate, because there is still one Feral Ghoul on the table, and the Deathclaw activated. So he is doing a normal swipe into Pennyworth, at which point his Crush will be primed and he will do that. So the extra black dice from his super duper strength of 9. And that is, does he get quick actions? No, not really. He can prepare and that's about it. It gets through though for 2 extra damage and a stun. So Pennyworth has 3 potential physical armor because it's physical damage. He didn't block any of it. He just took 4 damage, has 2 health left, and then the Deathclaw will prime his Crush. So the Crush is the skill die plus 2 yellow, 3 base damage, and you need to roll his strength minus the target's agility is the skill check required. So Pennyworth's agility is 6, so he needs 3 or less. That's actually really good. Oh, one of the yellow dice fell out. He didn't get it, thank goodness, but Pennyworth is almost dead. So with that Young Deathclaw already having activated, we can focus on this side of the table because we need these 2 over there to help with that fight. Activating Dogmeat, he's going to dog bite. He gets an extra green thrown in because the ghoul is outnumbered. He got a black bonus dice from the charge he did as well. 6 or less. That's a 7, it comes down by 4. Easy hit, breaks the 1 armor they have. He only has 2 health left, so we don't need to roll for his armor. The ghoul is gone, so that means we're free to act for the rest of the turn, which is great. And then for Dogmeat's other actual action, he is going to run towards trouble. So he is just going to end up right smack dab there. So I'm actually going to activate Pennyworth next, and he's going to try and use his Mr. Handy Buzzsaw on the Deathclaw, and then he's going to retreat so that everyone can fire without risk of hitting him. That will mean that the Deathclaw gets a free swipe at him at 2 less skill chance, but what can you do? So his Buzzsaw is just yellow, and it's 6s. And that is a fail with a quick action. What quick actions can a Mr. Handy unit do? Nothing of relevance. Well, actually, yeah, he can do a prepare if he flees successfully. So he is going to flee. So that means the Deathclaw gets a free Deathclaw swipe with his blue, yellow, and that. Normal chance to hit would be a 4, so it's 2 or less. And thank goodness he did not. So Pennyworth is going to flee. He doesn't need to even flee his full movement allowance, honestly. He just needs to get out the way a little bit. So he's just going to move over there and still be the closest target. So the Deathclaw can pick on him. Super simple move for the Soul Survivor next. He just headed down the street. Consider going after the loot there, but his presence radius is so large, he would see that icon over there, and we already know where the Deathclaw is, so all that would do would add unnecessary enemies to slow him down. So he isn't the one to go for the loot, sadly. We might be able to sneak someone else round, but he's going into the fight. Alright, we're going with our scavenger. He's got 2 shots with his bolt action pipe pistol. We really need to get him a better gun. Into the Deathclaw at short range, which is the yellow die plus a black die. Unfortunately, his skill is a little low, so he needs 3s. First shot is actually a success with an armor break, so that brings the Deathclaw down to 2 armor and that extra damage there. He didn't block any of it. The base damage of a pipe pistol, is it 1? It is 1. So 2 damage is fine, and he gets another shot. So because the extra damage was from there. So 2 damage to the Deathclaw. And he massively whiffed the other shot. But that's alright, he wounded it at least. Alright, we're sticking over here. The free tech has moved up and he's unloading that double... Well, he's not got the double barrel shotgun, Frank did. His combat shotgun. 2 black dice, sadly only needing 3 or less. Here we go. And that's an insta-fail, which really, really sucks, because that would have been 4 damage coming in on the Deathclaw. That would have been a massive hit. Well, this is the moment she was up here for. It's time for our settler to use that hunter's hunting rifle. Not within short range, so the comfort grip isn't applying. It is skill die plus 2 green, but because of the upgrade and it being a creature, got an extra black die thrown in. 2 shots on the Deathclaw, needing 6s or less. That is a fail with a quick action, unfortunately, for the first shot, which she can't really do anything with. She can, what can she do with a quick action? She can do a prepare. Oh, I forgot about the prepare on the free tech. I don't remember if prepares disappear at the end of the turn. Either way, second shot. Exactly the same, and it would have done so much damage. That's not very heroic now, is it, lady? And that is the end of the turn. Well, time for the event card for Battle Round 2. Let's take this one. Churned land. The constant NCR artillery shelling has churned the ground in this region. Whilst the downpour lasts, it will make it muddy and hard to progress. The first movement of each model on ground level, which is everyone. Normal terrain is treated as difficult terrain. End of the round, roll the blue die. If any stars, this card remains in play. Okay, so difficult terrain is one size lower for your movement. It's not really going to make a difference, I think, as we go into Battle Round 3. Well, Battle Round 3 is going to be starting with our good friend Mr. Young Deathclaw charging into Pennyworth. He's going to generate a second primed point for the attack he's about to do on him, and he could very well kill him. It is 4s or less with that many dice for charge bonus and strength bonus. And he insta-failed. That is so lucky because it would have shattered his armor. Well, that is handy, but he is also again locked in combat, so I think we're going to have to go with Pennyworth again. Alright, Pennyworth is going to use that buzzsaw. Simple, 6 or less on the skill die plus yellow. He insta-failed as well, and he is going to try and pull out of combat again. So the Deathclaw gets a free Deathclaw swipe. 2 or less. That's a 3. Oh, thank goodness, because that would have shattered his armor as well. Pennyworth is once again retreating ever so slightly to allow everyone else, oops, as I hit the settler, to take shots at the Deathclaw. Alright, well, let's start with 2 shotgun blasts into the torso from the free tech there. 2 black dice, point blank range. Unfortunately, again, his skill ain't great, so it is 3s. 5 comes down to 4, not good enough. Second shot is an 8. Ah, he missed both times. Well, with the free tech being a quivering mess, they can't shoot a point blank target. Let's see if the scavenger can do any better with his pipe pistol. Point blank range, 3 or less. Let's do this thing. 5, nope, that was a miss. Second shot. He got it with 1 bonus damage, which brings it to 2 damage. Deathclaw has 3 armor, and he blocked all the damage. Oh dear. So the sole survivor moved up, and then he's going to shoot his 10mm pistol at the Young Deathclaw, because I think the dice are better for trying to get through his armor, because his chance to hit is higher. He's only getting the 1 shot. 10mm pistol at that range, which is within blue, so it's green plus black. And this is 6s, 5s. Glad I checked. Which is a shame, because he rolled a 6, and it would have done 2 extra damage. That would have been 4 damage. Ah. Well, we still have dog meat, but in terms of guns, we're just down to the settler again, who did not have a good first smack at shooting that Deathclaw. She's still not within range blue, so long range, so 2 green, and then that black for the bonus die for shooting a creature with a special gun. And it's 6s. First shot is a 10 that comes down to a 7. Not good enough. Oh no. Second shot, 6s. A 7 that doesn't get reduced at all. It's all going horribly wrong. So I actually forgot the muddy water, so I've moved the Soul Survivor back a little bit because he should have been moving shorter. Same with Dogmeat, so he couldn't get into charge range, so he's just double moved and ends up where you can see him. And we are at the end of the turn, so we need to roll to see if that muddy water stays in play. And it does. Well, even though that is still staying in play, we have to pick another event card. Dust Cloud. No attacks at long range. I don't think there's going to be any issue in this particular turn, but it stays in play as well. As long as the Deathclaw comes a little bit closer, the settler can still shoot him. Well, the Young Deathclaw is going first at the top of Battle Round 4. He charged into the Scavenger, and that was enough that he got his primed Deathclaw Crush. His strength is 9 minus the agility of 5, I think, on the Scavenger. I just checked it, and I'm doubting myself if it was 5 or 4. It was 5. So 4s or less on the Deathclaw Crush, and he got a 3 with a double armor break, so the damage just goes straight through. What does it do? Let's see here. It stuns him and then throws him orange. Okay, we'll do that. Well, just seeing the scavenger getting flung against the wall is hopefully enough motivation for the free attack to actually land a hit. 2 point blank shotgun attacks, 3 or less. That would be an 8. We need to do better. 3 or less. It's a success with a quick action, which I don't think is any relevance. He can do a prepare, but it doesn't really matter because the Deathclaw is activated. He breaks 1 of the Deathclaw's armor, so 2 damage coming in against 2 armor. And he only blocked 1 of it, so he did actually do 1 damage to the Deathclaw, so the Deathclaw is up to 3 damage. Well, let's see if we can keep this damage train rolling, because we're running out of turns. 2 more after this one. Sole Survivor Loner, 10mm pistol twice into the Deathclaw. Green and a black die thrown in, and 5s or less. First shot, it hits easily, but only doing the base 2 damage. Deathclaw has 3 armor. He blocks 1 and took 1, so actually I'm going to do this in real time. Put the damage on him, just so I don't forget. So he's up to 4 damages on half health. And then the other shot then, 5s or less. It hits for 1 extra damage, so that's 3 damage against 3 armor. And he doesn't block any of it and takes 3. He has 1 health left. So as much as I would love the Settler to do what she was destined to do for this match, she is not within short range, which is range blue for the hunting rifle, of the Deathclaw. So the weather effect means she can't do a long ranged attack, so she can't see him. And she can't, because the way down is over here, she can't just like jump down and be in range. So we're going to go with Pennyworth. He's going to use the Mr. Handy Flamer. It's just an extra die in case there's a chance to set it on fire, which I guess might finish the job as well, honestly. 6s, first flamethrower attempt. A fail with a quick action. And then... oh dear, well he missed twice. So actually it's down to the Scavenger. Oh no, or dog meat. So the Scavenger is stunned, and removing that stun takes an action. So he's got 1 shot with his rubbish bow action pipe pistol. Point blank range. He just needs to do 1 damage. 3 or less. That would be an 8. He failed. So actually, it is down to the best boy. Alright, dog meat is charged in. It's all down to him. Taking a black dice. His charge bonus. His dog bite. Normal dice right there. 6s. That is a 6 on the dot with a double armor break. Actually became a 5. The star, is that relevant? It gives him a quick action, which might be relevant. And it's just down to... he's got 2 damage coming in against 1 armor, so actually I've just realised he's already done it regardless of this roll. Because the Deathclaw only has 1 armor left, he takes 1 with the full 2 damage. The best boy doggo is the one to topple the beast, thankfully, because that was looking bad. So not only did they successfully discover the Young Deathclaw, but they eventually managed to take it down over a copious number of shots. And it was Dogmeat who did the deed. There is no conversations about this Settler being made heroic or anything, because they are not heroic. I don't think she successfully landed 1 shot on the Deathclaw. So, no to that. Frank is long gone. They searched for him and could not find him. But I'm sure they'll see him again in the future, in one way or another. Now, there is a hidden reward, because there's no cap reward for this. Win or a loss, 0 caps. So we're still sitting on 10. But... for the one who fells the Deathclaw, they get a little boost in the form of an actual boost. We're going to draw 2 boost cards and give one to whoever did it, Dogmeat, that applies in the next combat regardless of settlement rules, because usually boosts take up space in maintenance sheds, etc. This is a special one for morale boosting for killing a Deathclaw. So we're just going to split the deck, pick that one, and then split the deck, pick that one, and pick one of these for Dogmeat. Redetermine a scatter direction. Nope, that's not any use to him for a lucky bounce. Or reroll any blank faces on a black, yellow, or green die. Amplified effect. Yes, he will take that. So that applies in the next combat for Dogmeat. Speaking of which, we have to grab the D12 and roll some dice. Or I can just do it. Yeah, it's here. Let's go see what quest we have to pick from. 7? Have we had 7 yet? I'll need to double check. I really need to keep track of the ones we've done at this point. 8, we've done. I'm pretty sure we've done. Where'd that roll? Oh, it rolled an 8 again. Stop rolling 8s. Stop rolling 8s! We'll call that a 1, I guess. So that was 1 and 7. Let me go check those. So upon checking those 2 rolled quests, they are both 2 we've heard of, but not done yet. So quest 1 is Who Let the Hounds Out, and quest 7 is Raiders Come A-Calling. So vote for which one of those you want to see in the comments. Try and get your vote in as early as possible so I can keep the time between videos as short as possible. When there's a sure winner, it's good to go, like in this case. And yeah, we'll go back successfully having killed a Deathclaw, but with nothing really to show for it, unfortunately. Either way though, that was a fun one. I sincerely hope you enjoyed. Thank you for watching. Please do cast your vote in the comments, and I'll see you next time. Ta-ta for now.